Hey there, astrology lovers. Welcome to Star Sign Horoscopes. I'm your astrologer, Jamie Magee, and today we're going to be taking a look at the astrology for the week of June 16th through the 22nd. I do hope you're having a great week out there. Thank you so much for spending some of it with me. If you have been listening to Star Sign Horoscopes recently, you have definitely heard me mention Astrologer Connect. I love this live consultation reading platform where you can meet one-on-one with an astrologer about your one-of-a-kind personal birth chart. Now, one of my favorite features of this platform is called Instant Insights. Now, this part of the platform offers you the ability to connect instantly with an astrologer without an appointment. You just pick up the phone and you call the astrologer that's online, and they will be happy to help you with whatever you're working on. Now, Instant Insights is perfect for those in-the-moment questions. If you're thinking about you need to leave a job or apply for a job or apply for a school, if you're thinking about making a bid on a big purchase, knowing that timing, knowing the current energy is all great for these Instant Insights. It's also good for those more personal questions in the heat of the moment with your relationship, feeling a little bit of stress. It's good to know if you and your partner are going through something that's just a little tiny storm that's going to ride out, or a bigger story that you want to take a look at. Honestly, the list of what Instant Insights is perfect for, I could go on for days. We have made sure that this platform is going to be fully staffed. An astrologer will be on constantly from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Actually, there'll be a couple of astrologers on during that time frame, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern, on the week of June 19th through June 25th. You definitely want to check this out. And you know what's even better about this week? You are going to get your first 5 minutes of this reading, this Instant Insight, for free with your astrologer. You get a lot of information in 5 minutes. All you need to do to learn more about this brilliant platform is go over to astrologyhub.com/AC and look for the green light on any astrologer's profile. That means that they're available, and you can just click the button and call and connect. I'll see you there. Okay, so this week has a lot of forward-thinking new energy, but also a dose of retrograde action and a haze of confusion on how to accomplish those revisions. Now, what is causing these transits? We have a new moon in Gemini, which means that this is a good time to set intentions for your month ahead. We also have the sun moving into Cancer, so happy birthday to all Cancers out there. The sun will also square Neptune this week, activating a dream or possibly the urge to find clarity on a matter in your life or the story that you're working on. And then we have the big guy, Saturn, moving into retrograde. Now, if you were born with Saturn in forward motion, now is the time to review systems and structures that you have been putting in place since March. Now, if you were born with Saturn in retrograde, the opposite is coming into focus for you. This is a time where you will start to see the work that Saturn has for you while he tours Pisces, that area of your life. Understanding and working with your retrograde planets is something that I love to talk about in the one-to-one sessions on Astrologer Connect. I know that my colleagues do too. So if you're curious about what Saturn's doing in your chart, I definitely encourage you to check out astrologyhub.com/astrologer connect. You can find and book with me directly there at astrologyhub.com/Jamie Connect. All right, let's get started with this week's forecast. Okay, Cancer, let's take a look at your week. Now, before we do, I would love to know, how flexible would you say that you are on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being really flexible and 1 not so much. I feel like if this answer or this reflection will help you with your top 3 focuses this week, which are 1, change plans, 2, reflection, and 3, self-expression. Now let's talk about why. It truly could feel like a mixed bag of emotions this week. On one hand, there's this need to reflect and spend time alone so that you can get clear on what really needs to be wrapped up and what is ready to be brought into your life. And on the other hand, it is your birthday month and you are feeling lighter and ready to fully express who you are and what you love and where this love can take you. Now, as you look out at the horizon, you may see that there are some roadblocks that need your attention. This is Saturn asking you to refine systems and structures. This is not something to be discouraged about. It's actually a gift to your future self, because when you launch into this new direction, you want to be ready. And not only to be ready for this change, but to ensure that this change is worth the emotional effort that you're putting into it. Now, as you move through this week, keep your mind on the end goal. That will help you see how strong, ready, and on time you are for this next step. Do hope you have a good one. I'll see you next time. Hi, Leo. Let's take a look at your week. Now, before we do, I would love to know in the comments how much you are enjoying Venus in your sign. If you are loving it or if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed, I think that reflection is going to help you dial in to your top three focuses this week, which are one, your social circles, two, ending to begin, and three, transitions. Now, let's talk about why. Now, this week's new moon is going to give you a fresh look at your dream and who is really there to support you, your allies, who you spend your time with. Really take some time to consider these social circles. Are they hindering you? Or are they helping you? Are they enhancing your vibe? Now, remember, in all areas of your life, the simplest adjustment can make a huge impact. Definitely use this new moon to gain some perspectives on this matter and so much more about your dream and how you spend your energy day in and day out to connect with your passions. Now, also this week, the sun is going to be moving into Cancer, and this supports graceful endings and beginnings, what needs to be wrapped up or what needs to be brought into your life. Inspiration on these matters is probably going to be found in private, reflective moments. So please be sure to take those. Now, Saturn moving into retrograde is going to add to this overall theme. Since March, you've been working on topics of legacy and shared wealth and transformation. Now, some adjustments that you need to make can seem very simple and clear, but others are going to take some time to put in place. Your goal is to look for a path that supports both long term and short term healthy ties and growth when it comes to these topics. I do hope you have a great week. I look forward to seeing you next time. Okay, Virgo, let's take a look at your week. Now, Virgo, I would love to know how balanced does your home and work life feel on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being super balanced and 1 not at all. This is going to help you dial into your top three focuses this week, which are one, reputation, two, your relationships, and three, your allies. Now, let's talk about why. Your home and work life balance may be front of mind this week. It's definitely a topic that you're focused on. The new moon is going to make this a very favored time to think about how strong your foundations are and who gets the most of your energy and focus and why. Now, luckily, committing to how to make changes or the changes that you need to make and why they need to be made is going to be very supported with this energy. However, with the Saturn moving into retrograde, you may find that some of these changes that you need to make, especially in relationships that are one-to-one connection, can take a little bit of extra TLC. Look closely at contracts or agreements that you have on a one-to-one basis to make sure that both sides are in harmony. This foresight will help you build long-term alliances, and it'll definitely make your daily flow more manageable overall. I do hope you have a great week. I look forward to seeing you next time. Hi, Libra. Let's take a look at your week. Now, I would love to know how optimistic you are feeling about your purpose, your career, or your reputation right now. 10 being very optimistic and one kind of meh. I think this is going to help you dial into your top three focuses this week, which are going to be one, new directions, two, your reputation, and three, health and wealth. Now, let's talk about why. The sun moving into Cancer is going to highlight all of those areas of your top three focuses and is also going to offer a smoother way to handle matters of health and wealth in general. This is a perfect time to approach something that would normally be challenging around these topics. Now, as you consider what to change and the impacts that it's going to make on your life, you will find that there are some systematic revisions needed around those daily rituals, your work, and your health routines. Now, Saturn is going to bring these topics into light as he moves into retrograde. Now, these revisions will help you enhance this part of your life, no matter how small or big they may seem at first glance. It's well worth your time and effort to adjust. Now, adding to this week and to the coming weeks is the new moon in Gemini. This energy will offer you new clarity around your convictions, your boundaries, and your wisdom, and how you can use this knowledge in your local environment and in a more routine way. Setting intentions that impact your daily flow is definitely favored right now. Your job is to identify what you want to change and then take some positive action towards those changes. I do hope you have a great week. I look forward to seeing you next time. Hey, Scorpio, let's take a look at your week. Now, Scorpio, I would love to know how valued you are feeling right now on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being very valued and 1 not so much. And really, this question is about, do you feel not only valued in all areas of your life, but do you feel well compensated for your efforts? Like your life is in balance. I think this is going to help you dial into your top three focuses, which are one, transitions, two, launching, and three, your passions. Now, let's talk about why those are the focus. This week's new moon could draw your attention to a legacy that you are a part of, something that has to do with shared wealth or transition. And it's going to definitely raise the question what needs to shift so that your values or your individual wealth is also well supported. Definitely take some time to envision the perfect outcome and then set some goals to help you make this your reality. Now, as the sun moves into Cancer, new horizons, your creativity, or enhancing your personal brand will also have an easier flow. It'll be easier for you to attract attention to these topics and also make changes. They're normally going to be a little bit edgy or challenging to put into action. Now, as you consider your possibilities, you may notice there's something that you have been working on since March that needs a little bit of your attention, a little bit of adjustment. This is what Saturn's going to focus on as he shifts into retrograde, which means that these adjustments may not be easy or quick, but more so a journey. And though it could feel like you're taking two steps forward and one step back with this revision that you're working on, it's something that's going to support your long term vision and will be well worth that second look. I do hope you have a great week. I look forward to seeing you next time. Hi, Sagittarius. Let's take a look at your week. Now, Sagittarius, I would love to know in the comments how independent you are feeling in your relationships right now. Do you feel like you have a say or that you are always surrendering for the sake of freedom? This answer should help you dial into your top three focuses this week, which are one, relationships, two, shared wealth, and three, your foundations. Now, let's talk about why. The new moon in Gemini may draw your attention toward daily rhythms, such as who you communicate with, how you communicate with them, and especially the ones that you communicate with on a one-to-one basis. Really think about that opening question I have for you. Are you able to fully express yourself or are you holding back for the sake of peace? The good news is that you have a way to get best of both worlds when it comes to this topic. Your job this week is to set small goals to make it a reality. Solutions may require transitioning toward an ending or making space for a beginning, something new to come into your life. And thankfully, the sun moving into Cancer will support any actions that you need to make towards these endings or beginnings. Now, some of the bigger projects or changes could be more so at your roots or close to home, that foundational level in your life. This is where Saturn has been working since the spring of March this year. As he shifts into retrograde, reflecting or fortifying what you have put in place is definitely highly recommended. Now, the more flexible you are, the more likely you are to see the opportunity hidden in plain sight by fortifying or really making plans for stronger foundations in your life. I do hope you have a great one. I look forward to seeing you next time. Hi, Capricorn. Let's take a look at your week. Now, Capricorn, I would love to know how confident you are feeling in matters of health and wealth. 10 being like, I am way ahead of the game, and one, I'm just trying to get everything together right now. I think this is going to help you dial into your top three focuses this week, which are one, health and wealth, and two, your partnerships, and three, local vibes. Now, let's talk about why. Now, this week's new moon in Gemini will open the door to setting intentions around health and wealth and the work that you do for others, something you're in service to. Now, success here means having a healthy mind and body balance. So, what goals can you set to bring in more mind and body balance, more productivity into your life? Now, the sun moving into Cancer is going to highlight your one to one relationships and any social group that you're a part of, connections that you have. If there is anything that would normally be challenging or something that you want a lot of support on, now is a time to really act on that. You want to act when the energy is smooth and not complicated. Now, as your ruling planet Saturn moves into retrograde, you may spot a few revisions that are needed on the local front. It's the details that are going to really build a strong support system here. Look for them and you will master this retrograde season and this new moon energy. I do hope you have a great week. Look forward to seeing you next time. Hi, Aquarius. Let's take a look at your week. Now, Aquarius, my question for you is how balanced does your work and play life feel? Do you feel like you spend more time working or playing? I think this is going to help you dial into your top three focuses this week, which are one, having fun, two, your work, and three, your values. Now, let's talk about why. Now, at first glance, it may not seem as if your top three focuses are really aligned that week, but in reality, the work you do and your values should always be aligned with what brings you joy. Now, this week's new moon will give you the opportunity to set goals around what supports happiness and how you can share that happiness with others. The sun moving into Cancer will highlight what's working when it comes to your health and wealth and help you make some adjustments there in a positive way. Now, making headway with needed solutions is likely once you identify what you want to change. You kind of have to name it first. Now, at the same time, as Saturn moves into retrograde, which is your modern ruling planet, revising choices made since March around your earning power or your values will become a bigger focus for you. Now, it's important to not settle for less than you deserve and always ensure that you are building resources that you can count on, even if that resource is simply knowledge or brilliant knowledge. I don't want to call knowledge simple by any means. Seeing any renegotiation as an opportunity to enhance your overall health and wealth is going to be a benefit to you. So kind of lean into the revisions as big opportunities. I do hope you have a great week. Look forward to seeing you next time. Hey, Pisces, let's take a look at your week. Now, Pisces, I would love to know how much time you spend doing what you love. 10 being all the time and 1 next to never. This should really help you kind of dial into your top 3 this week, which are 1, home and work life balance, 2, self expression, and 3, your joy. Let's talk about why. Now, your overall energy this week is going to be more private than public. Spending time with those that you care about, what you love, and being able to fully express yourself is going to be a driving force. Now, another question to consider is, are you spending too much time chasing your dream and not enough time connecting with the inspiration or the reason that you have that dream in the first place? This is not a question that will have a quick answer or a solution. However, with the new moon energy, you should be able to work towards some goals that will help you find those answers. Now, adding to this, the sun moving into Cancer will highlight the need to have fun and to be yourself, to kind of escape into that inspiration. Now, speaking of being yourself, you may find that some of the quick changes that you put into place this spring are going to need some revision because there is a fine, delicate balance between leaning outside of your comfort zone so you can keep the peace and also playing a role that doesn't support who you are at a soul deep level. Now, Saturn is going to ask you to consider what this is as he moves into retrograde. Are you really stretching your ambitions or are you trying to step into a role that maybe you're not ready for? Really spend some time looking at the big picture this week. And once you do, I think you'll find some tiny adjustments will help you make a big difference in all areas of your life, but especially the work that Saturn is asking you to do in your sign. All right. I do hope you have a great week. I look forward to seeing you next time. Hi, Aries. Let's take a look at your week. Now, Aries, I would love to know on a scale of 1 to 10 how restless you are feeling right now. 10 being very restless and 1 not so much at all. I think this is going to help you dial into your top 3 this week, which is 1, local vibes, 2, your home, and 3, ending to begin. Now, let's talk about why. Spending time soaking in the local energy or with people that you spend most of your time with could be a theme for you this week. There's a buzzing new energy around where you are and where you want to go. Now, time spent close to your roots is going to really help you dial into what is important to you. And as the sun moves into Cancer, your private life will have an easier flow. So, this is definitely a good time to use this energy to wrap up overdue endings or get ready to launch something that is ready to come in. Now, also this week, as Saturn moves into retrograde, you may discover that changes you made in the spring are ones that you should have made but never got around to or up for review. It's all about your mind and body balance, but this impact is going to be felt in all areas of your life. Remember, harmony within equals harmony without. I do hope you have a great week. I look forward to seeing you next time. Taurus, let's take a look at your week. Now, Taurus, I would love to know in the comments how solid your social circles are feeling right now. 10 being they are amazing. I would never change a thing. And 1, I think there's probably some adjustments. Where are you on that scale? This is going to really help you dial into your top 3 this week, which is 1, wealth, 2, commitment, and 3, your allies. Now, let's talk about why. What's important to you and why is something that this month's new and full moon are going to focus on. This is a great time to set intentions that support your resources, your earning power, and your skill sets. These changes will help you tap into big rewards when it comes to shared wealth or big transformations that elevate your legacy. The sun moving into Cancer will help you bring these shifts into your day-to-day rhythm. Now, at the same time, with Saturn moving into retrograde, you may find that your social circles or allies need a little bit of adjustment. This is a good time to get really clear on what page you are on and who is with you for the long haul. I do hope you have a great one. I look forward to seeing you next time. Hi, Gemini. I would love to know what area of your life is in the most need of a positive shift. Just name one area for me. I'd love to dial into that. I think this is going to help you with your top three too, because one is your self expression, two is your earning power, and three is your reputation. Now, let's talk about why these are your top three and what it has to do with my opening question for you. This new moon is your new moon. It's in your sign, which means this is a great time to look at all corners of your life and consider what you are ready to change in a very positive, optimistic way. Now, the smallest shift in action or mindset will make a quick, lasting impact. You just have to identify what that is first. Now, topics of your values, your self esteem, and your skill sets will feel very elevated and possibly easier to attract or build as the sun moves into Cancer. Now, you may also clearly see some revisions needed when it comes to your reputation or your sense of purpose, if not your career. This energy is coming from Saturn moving into retrograde. In one way or another, boundaries need your attention, which can be putting them in place or taking them down. Though it may feel like a roadblock when you first notice this, keep in mind that what you are doing here is meant to last for decades. It's important to make it solid. I do hope you have a great week, Gemini. I look forward to seeing you next time. All right, that is your week. I do hope you found some helpful tips and insights about how to work with this new moon energy, the sun moving into a new sign, and definitely that Saturn retrograde. If you would like more insight about your personal chart, don't be afraid to check out the new platform Astrologer Connect at astrologyhub.com/astrologer connect or find a book with me directly at astrologyhub.com/Jamie Connect. I look forward to seeing you there or here next week. Have a good one.